comment on my vlog, right? That, and you know what, and then I take it, how can I say this without being rude and disrespectful, because it did kind of hit me when this person commented, and I just wanted to lay in, but I had to pull back because this does affect people. You guys know Halo has been struggling with math. She had got a D on her report card, and so she's been struggling with math. And y'all, for me, D's, I don't like to see D's nor C's in my house. C's, to me, I tell my kids, that's just because you done came to class that day and you done sat down. I really try to tell my kids, I have always told my kids, put your best foot forward. And knowing my child and knowing that that wasn't her best foot forward, I, as her parent, wanted to explore different avenues. So I, as her parent, made it very known to be in close communication with her teacher, did the proper steps. I reached out to the teacher. I made a personal parent-teacher conference, even though it wasn't parent-teacher conference time, but I set up a conference because that door should always be open. And she explained it is when it comes to the children learning, because if it wasn't, I was just gonna go over her head and go to the next in command. But a couple of weeks ago, I was able to sit down with Halo's teacher, figure out a plan for her as far as her studying and as far as her math. Prior to the first break that they had, she had her doing some stuff and things just wasn't still quite right. That's when she had got that grade, still a D, and I still wasn't satisfied. So I reached out to her again, like, okay, well, you gave me this, okay, and I understand she's still not learning, so what's the next step? Okay, because I'm that parent. We together, between on my end as her parent, because we as parents, we have to do our job too. We cannot expect for those teachers to come in and be able to make our children geniuses. Okay, we have to take that time up as well. So I took my time, okay, and talked to the teacher, and we came up with a plan. I wanted to say progress reports came out. Halo has gotten a B in math as far as her progress report. So the progress is climbing up, which I cannot be more happy. I'm still going to stay on that with her. We're still going to be practicing as far as her math, because see, I know my child, everything is routine. If Halo gets off of routine or something, she scales back. So she has to stay on routine. This is something that I learned when she was a baby. If she doesn't have a routine as far as everything, she will fail. So putting her on a routine, Halo got to be in math, and I'm so excited. But I wanted to tell you guys what somebody had came up and said. Someone had mentioned that Halo needs an IEP, and that kind of touched me, because for one, I have dealt with special needs kids in the past. You kind of know which ones that do need an IEP. So I felt like that person was being very funny, but I didn't want to say nothing, because I know as parents on here that it's hard for them to deal with when their child is struggling. That hurts the parent, you know. It hurt me when that person said that, and I really want to lay in on their ass, but like I said, I had to just scale back, because there are some parents that's in that situation and that are in denial that their kids may need an IEP and don't want to see it, you know. But me, on the other hand, I'm not that parent. So just in case this person come back across, because I didn't block them, if you come across this vlog, you gonna know I'm not that parent. The reason why I'm home now is because when I was carrying my child, they told me my child was gonna have Down syndrome. Me and her father made the decision for me not to be at work. Now, as y'all can see, my child, ain't nothing wrong with my child at all. I don't believe in a lot of things the doctors say. I feel like if I would have let them do something while I was pregnant, they wanted to stick a syringe and pull out fluid from the sac while I was still pregnant to test how bad or how severe her Down syndrome was gonna be. And then one thing I know for sure, I'm not no doctor, I'm not no nurse, but one thing I know for sure is that you are not supposed to erupt that sac while that baby is cooking. I do know that. But nothing is wrong with my child, okay? Nothing is wrong. And people, if y'all get that, and people, let me tell y'all this, if doctors tell you that, ain't nothing you can do if they are. There's nothing you can do. So don't let them do it. Does not need an IEP. Okay, even when I took her into pre-K, I told her teachers, like, I don't know, you know, I practice with her at home, but her preschool teacher's like, ain't nothing wrong with this child. So let me tell you something. You're trying to be funny because if she's struggling, it's okay. I don't expect for my child to be a genius. I don't expect for her to know everything. She has to understand that there's going to be trials and tribulations in her life. And she was struggling with understanding math. Not only was it on her end, but it was also on her teacher's end. I am a firm believer that a lot of kids learn in different ways. And my child, if it's not exciting to her, she's going to scale back. I know that within my child. And I'm gonna tell y'all another thing. Like, the teacher that she was struggling with math, she went to her reading teacher and her homeroom teacher, her science teacher, and asked, well, how is Halo doing in class? And they both told her, Halo is excellent. Yes, it's you. And that teacher, she has to learn how to engage with her students, because Halo wasn't the only child that was struggling. It was only one child out of the whole class struggling. So something is wrong there. So I wanted to get on an accord with her teacher. What do we need to do here to help her learn? And as Halo is learning, her teacher is learning as well, because she sent us this this teacher that's on YouTube, right? And she said, oh, go look at her. She teaches this type of math. And so we sat down and we looked at the video. Do you guys know? Halo told me, she's like, oh, that's what my teacher says in class. So that teacher is learning how to engage with students, okay? So for the person that said my child needs an IEP, no, she does not. No, she does not at all. And if she did need one, this parent here will make damn sure I do whatever I have to do to make sure my child can succeed in life. I will never, my goal is to never enable any of my kids. If you know me, you would know I'm not that parent that will enable their kids at all. I'm not sugarcoating nothing. So no, Halo does not need an IEP. She's doing good, you guys. She's really, really doing good. But now that she had got so focused on math, she kind of scaled back on her reading. So we gotta bring that back up, because she was at an A, now she's at a B. And then her writing, and you guys will be able to see on the report that her writing is not good. Her writing, I know it's going to be a struggle, but I did order, because once again, I'm not that parent that will enable her child. I get up off my ass, okay, and do what I have to do to help my child succeed. Now, if my child's still having problems, some kids are going to have problems. I understand it, because as a child I did. I'm not going to be like, oh no, my child not, she's smart. No, that's not me. So you got the wrong parent here. Whoever you are, can't remember your name, don't care to remember your name, to be honest, because I really just felt that you was coming in a negative way. But I'm not that parent, honey. And I don't look for others. Let me clarify. I don't solely look for others to help my child. I sit down with my child and learn with her as she go. Because I even emailed several teachers. Oh, explain this to me step by step, because I'm not in the class. How you teaching? What way are you teaching? What resources? Because there's so many resources out there, as opposed to when it was my parents' time, when I was coming up, that we as parents can go on the internet and look up. Okay, so but anyway, since she wasn't doing so good in her writing, guess what the mama did? I don't play, okay, y'all. I really don't. Went on Amazon, looked up writing paragraphs, because they need to be able to write a full paragraph, punctuation marks, exclamation marks, periods, and all of that stuff. So we're going to be working on that. I got it for 3rd grade as well as 4th grade. I got these on Amazon. They were like $3, $4 or something like that. But I'm that parent, okay? And as y'all can see, like, I get books. That's a cursive writing handbook. I don't only rely on the schools to help my child, okay, at all. this mama don't do it. So don't even come here with it, okay? And if I have a problem, and if I'm struggling with something, I don't have no problem in reaching out to others. That's why I vlog, because there's so many mothers on here that we all go through the same thing. And we all trying to figure out, even though I done raised two, this is a whole totally different time. Okay, so I still be needing help, even with me raising two girls by myself. It's not an easy job. It's not an easy task. We all gonna make mistakes, and I'm still learning as I go. But to that person, no, Halo does not need an IEP. Halo just needs some time to sit and care, love and care, and nurture her, and go over and take that time with her. Teach her as she goes. That's it. Thank you very much. Okay, for those, and let me just say this, and for those of you parents that child may need it and you think they need it, or you realize they need it, it's nothing wrong with getting help. You're there to better your child. You are there to oversee over your children for the short period of time. So we as parents got to do the best that we can do to oversee and help our children succeed in life. So if your child needs it, don't hesitate. Reach out, because there's so many parents. So many parents, and I can understand it. It hurts. It really do hurt. Anything your child may be failing or don't succeed in as a parent, it hurts you, because you take yourself a blame. Like, what did I do? What did I do as a parent? But that's not necessarily always the case. That's not always the case. So if your child needs it, if there's help out there, get it. Get it. Help your child be the best they can be. I'm telling y'all, your children will thank you in the long run when they get that love and care, and they know what mommy and daddy or whatever caregiver you may be done for them. Because it's always those small things. It's not the big things. It's those small things that we teach our kids.